Hi, it's Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, coming to answer your colour and style questions. Let's see what's in the lucky dip today. My biggest challenge is that my pants don't quite fit properly. The size that fits are just a tad small in the waist, but the next size up is way too big all over. I like an outfit I put on, but then my midsection catches my eyes and it's discouraging. I've tried various sizes of pants and haven't had much success with that either. And I don't like the loose fitting garments. I find them quite uncomfortable, actually. Maybe the proper undergarments would help. I just don't know where to start. So there's a couple of things here I would suggest, Faye. If you are finding it's just a bit too tight in the waist, I would be taking those pants to somebody who does alterations and getting them to make the waist slightly larger. You know, they can put in little inserts of, panels or things like that that may just make that waistband a little bit bigger, because I know too, if you don't have a really defined waist, most pants have a little bit, they go in at the waist, and if your waist doesn't go in the way that the pants do, they can become quite uncomfortable. So I would think about get yourself an alteration. If everything else fits, but it's just the waist, can you get that altered? If it's only just that bit too tight, if it's so tight you can't get them up, then what you need to do is actually buy the larger size where the waist fits and have everything else taken in. Now, this seems like a lot of work, a lot of alterations, and that reality is it's very hard to find pants that fit. And I do have a blog post all about this, which is about why pants are so darn hard to fit. So please do go and have a look at that. I will link to that as well. But it is very tricky to find pants that fit when you are not standard sizing, and what standard sizing is very varied, and part of it is they're not making pants to fit you in particular. So your unique shape may not be the shape that you are finding, and this is why pants are actually one of the hardest garments for women to fit. And I can tell you, I have been shopping with clients and tried on, we've tried 50 pairs of trousers and none of them have fit very well, or we might find one pair that's kind of okay. The more stretch you have in the garment, the easier they tend to be to fit. But you will still find that pants, trousers, hard to fit. So this is where often where skirts and dresses are so much easier. Particularly dress pants are the hardest when they don't have any stretch in them. Do look at the pants that you do have that fit as well as possible, and take notice of what are the measurements of those pants. What is the rise? What is the waist? What is the hips? All those sorts of things. And also, what is the brand? You might find that some brands work better than others because some are straighter, some are curvier, some have more through the thigh. Like there's all sorts of things, different kind of fit things that you will find. And of course, because we're all varied and we're all different, we do need that variety to be out there in stores, because women's body shapes are so varied from each other. Some of us have, booty out the back, and others have a flat, backside. Some of us have a tummy, some of us have a waist, the length in that rise, how big your pelvic girdle is, all those sorts of things are going to influence what actually fits you. And so this is why they are the hardest garment to fit. And in many ways, this is why pants are a men's garment. They came from menswear, and it's much easier to fit a man than it is to fit a woman. And so this is where skirts and dresses, because we don't have that rise measurement, so much easier to fit. So the other option, if you're just finding it's a little lumpy around your middle, this is where some shapewear might be a good thing for you. It's the undergarment. And I often like shapewear tank. Well, you can get things that go around your middle. So it might be a tank or it might be a pair of pants. I find if your middle is a bit bigger, generally the tanks work better than the pants, to just help to kind of pull you in a bit and smooth you out. So that would be the other thing I would look at. If it's just a little bit where you feel you're a little bit lumpy through the waist, have a look at some shapewear tanks, try some different things on, see if you can find something that works for you. But honestly, alterations are kind of sadly the way to go as far as to get good fit or to make your own as well. Because pants, very, very tricky garment to fit. You are not alone in this being an issue. I can tell you, I hear this frequently.